Hey y'all, I am VictorY. I help provide insight to empower, and today I wanted to present to you this question. What type of partner brings out your divinity? What type of partner, what type of romantic partner, what type of people really bring out your divinity? This is something that I was meditating on. I was driving and the thought came up of, I recently put on my Tinder was that I like witchy women and tomboys. And it got me thinking, like, once I accepted that and I put that out there, I kind of got excited because at least now I'm letting people know, I'm kind of filtering who I pair up with. And that got me thinking, okay, like, it was kind of scary because there's the fear of, well, if I name it, if I say it, if I put it out there, is that going to change? Is that going to change something within me to accept this part of myself? I like who I like. And I mean, it kind of did. So it got me to this point of, I've maxed out my skill tree. I've gone down those roads of being with, let's say, like, the wrong type of women, or the women who bring out the worst in me. Not in terms of me being a bad person, but me just feeling like really shitty, judgmental women who have, let's say, not yet integrated their masculine. Not so much their like manliness, so much as their self-leadership, directness, their stillness, self-ownership, self-sovereignty, these types of more yang or masculine qualities, energies. And so if I think of, like, when I've been with a witchy woman or a tomboy, or I don't think I've been with a tomboy yet, but somebody who's more in their masculine, I usually get very anxious. Or a woman who's a woman with a wounded yang or masculine energy will be more of the manipulator type. She'll be very passive aggressive. And me having that kind of like dynamic naturally putting me in a wounded feminine, because I have like mom issues, that would put me more in a state of wishy-washiness, of indirectness, of not having good self-leadership, good boundaries, which is more of a yang or masculine energy. It would make me very anxious, really. It would just make me like very... I didn't feel like I was on solid ground. I was really strong, like high anxiety whenever we weren't together. And so it's like, okay, now that I know that these two types of women bring this out of me, what kind of woman or women have I been with, or can I be with, can I attract, when I set the intention to pair up with somebody who brings out the natural, healthy, divine, masculine, good, healthy yang energy within me, which is my core energy. Can I start developing that skill set, that skill tree within me? And what that question then brings about is a lot of excitement and gratitude, because I was recently on a date, and the woman said, I seem solid, strong, and stable, which is something I didn't know I needed to hear. Solid, strong, and stable. Usually, like, I usually put off dating or being in a relationship because historically, the evidence there is that I get very emotionally unstable, I feel weak, and I feel like water, like, yeah, it brings out like that yin or feminine energy of like flowing water. I don't feel like I have good direction or purpose. Like all my time goes into the relationship because it's something that brings me joy, but it's also something that brings about self-abandoning. I abandon my projects because I want to spend time with this person. So yeah, the insight or the invitation here is to ask, what type of person do you like, really? Like really accepting that. I like witchy women who are into like magic and weird shit, because it's cool. I don't. It's entertaining, but it also brings out the side of me that wants to help them heal. In the streets, we would call this the Captain Save-A-Ho archetype. Unkind phrasing. Right? Unkind phrasing. I don't like that. But it would bring out the side of me that wanted to help them, to save them, to feel valued in, and to feel valued and secure by thinking that they wouldn't leave me if I provided something very crucial to them. Which if I look at that through a healthy filter or lens, is just safety, being solid and having integrity to my values, strength, yeah, and stability. If I can bring these things, these are crucial things to a relationship. But if I'm constantly abandoning myself to chase after my own projection, my own assumption or expectation that I have to be a martyr and save this other person, by completely abandoning myself like I saw my father do with my schizophrenic mother. Well, the woman that I'm with doesn't know that she's supposed to be playing like my mom role, and I'm supposed to be playing my dad role, because these things were in my unconscious. So that's what I was fated to play out. But now bringing them into the light of my awareness, I can be grateful to leave these parts of me, this identity behind, and get very excited about meeting, hopefully, a goal, a lifelong partnership with a woman who is also solid and secure and strong. And yeah, being the feminine end of the relationship, and I can be the masculine end, and seeing what that brings about. What kind of person brings out, my divinity. One of my coaches, Christian Stephen Martin, said, "You're always already blank. You were always already, let's say, triggered. Such and such person or event brought it out of you. You were always already toxic. Such and such person always brought it out of you. You were always already happy, healthy, joyful, playful. Such and such person or event naturally brought it out of you." I feel like it's up to us to become discerning, conscious people, and have boundaries with those who, bring out the worst in us. And, easier said than done if you're on this healing path and facing your traumas and such, to let in and make space for the people who bring out the best in us naturally, where there's no effort. It's just very natural chemistry and connection. And what I'll leave you with is what he says about the nervous system. thought this was powerfully insightful. You can have what you can hold. You can have what you can hold. Meaning, if your nervous system can't hold a relationship with the job you're in, with the amount of money that you have, with a partner that you're with, if it's overloading your system, if your nervous system can't hold it, you can't have it. You'll find ways to self-sabotage to get your nervous system back into a better state of being homeostatic, like a more stable place. But when you accept what you really want, and really the task here, accepting your true nature, my true nature, when we accept and stop fighting our nature, we can accept and more easily, effortlessly gravitate towards and attract what our nervous system can hold. And it's, for me, I see an obstacle, a light one, being in, well, what if who I attract is someone who makes me feel mediocre? Or if the type of job I attract is, or whatever, fill in the blank, is like, it feels underwhelming and subpar, and I feel like less of a person, like my status is dropped or something. And that's where faith comes in. For me, that's not religious. It's more of like, I can trust, my nervous system can orient towards having faith, not knowing, being uncertain, resting in the uncertainty of that not being the case. That me accepting my nature humbly with gratitude, it will attract the people and places and experiences that I will be ultimately really, really profoundly, deeply grateful for. Yeah. So I'm curious, where are you on this path of accepting your nature? And what kind of partners have you been into? Who do you really like, and why is that? Who brings out your natural toxicity, and what kind of person would bring out your natural divinity? I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Love you.